give Side some credit here because she made a comment after Tuesday's game saying it's going to be her to stick up for the players in this manner, wanting them to be able to keep the technicals off of themselves. Let the coach do that was her message.
Impotent coach Christie Sides is throwing games to experiment for the playoffs by playing Wallace. In the lead-up to the playoffs, the strategic choices made by coaches can have significant implications for a team's success. Recently, Christie Sides, head coach of the Indiana Fever, has sparked debate among fans and analysts by choosing to play Christie Wallace. While some argue that this decision is a calculated experiment, others see it as a misstep that could jeopardize the team's chances in the postseason. #the rationale behind playing Christie Wallace. The argument for integrating Wallace into the lineup is centered around the need for experimentation. The Fever are at a critical juncture. With Lexi Hall potentially sidelined, the team faces a precarious situation. In this context, giving Wallace minutes could be seen as a way to evaluate her fit within the playoff rotation. However, many question whether this rationale holds water, especially given Wallace's track record. Wallace's performance on the court has been less than stellar. While she shows effort, her grasp of the offensive scheme appears lacking. The concern is not merely about her presence on the court, but rather how running the offense through her could hinder the team's overall effectiveness. The combination of Wallace with players like Nalissa Smith and Katie Samuelson has raised eyebrows. Smith, despite her immense talent, seems lost in half-court sets. Samuelson, on the other hand, has struggled to contribute meaningfully in terms of shooting, passing, or defense. #the case for Grace Berger. One of the most perplexing aspects of Side strategy is the exclusion of Grace Berger from the rotation. Berger, who was a standout player during her college career at Indiana, has the skills to contribute significantly. Although she may not be the quickest on the court, her ability to shoot from mid-range and handle the ball makes her a valuable asset. Last season, she demonstrated above-average shooting efficiency, including a strong three-point percentage, yet she has found herself on the bench. The decision to play Wallace instead of Berger raises questions about Side's assessment of player potential and team needs. Berger's versatility allows her to play various roles, including that of a wing player who can shoot and create opportunities for others. Unlike Wallace, who has demonstrated a lack of understanding of offensive dynamics, Berger has shown the ability to run plays effectively. #the experimentation dilemma. The notion of experimenting with lineups as the playoffs approach is fraught with risk. In professional sports, particularly in high-stakes situations like the playoffs, teams typically tighten their rotations rather than expand them. The rationale behind experimenting with Wallace, who has struggled to find her footing, seems counterintuitive. If the Fever are serious about making a playoff run, they should be focusing on maximizing the potential of their most capable players, like Berger and Hall, rather than relying on someone who has not proven herself in critical moments. Moreover, the idea of reintegrating a player who has been mostly absent from competitive play raises further concerns. Wallace's prior lack of success in games, including her limited contributions during garbage time, cast doubt on her ability to perform under playoff pressure. The playoffs are not the time for trial and error. They require a refined strategy and a roster that can execute under pressure.